Since working with Agent Marketer, we've actually generated £50,000 more revenue into our business just from running these ads, which is just awesome. So many years ago, we advertised in the local newspaper. For years and years and years, we sort of saw that as very important. To be honest, we just relied on organic growth and organic traffic really as well. I mean, the only leads that we had coming into our business were valuation leads. And when I say that, I mean landlords ringing the office, which seems a world away from what we do now. So when we realised we needed to change, I think, to be honest, we went to Agent Rainmaker Live and we saw Steve talking about this avalanche of leads you could have in your business. And I think Sally said something like, some agents out there are getting 300, 400, 500 leads a month. And we were like, well, we don't even get that in a year. So that really sort of triggered us to, sort of take action and, find out a little bit more. We went on the marketing course, which was called Funnel Creation Workshop at the time. You guys came and presented to us about how we could build funnels and run ads to those funnels. When the leads started to come in, to be honest, it was terrifying. So I remember it now, actually. It was a Tuesday evening. I got an email of Agent Marketer to say the ad had gone live. And I was like, wow, this is really exciting. And I was out for dinner that night. By the time I got home, we'd had like 6 or 7 landlord compliance leads in my inbox. And I was like, oh my God, what the hell do we do with these now? The next challenge, what do we do with these leads? We haven't actually got a system in place to get anyone to ring them. And I think within sort of 3 days, because it was a brand new advert, we had like 20, 25 leads. Many years ago, our solution to all landlords is, would you like a free valuation? Well, to these landlord compliance leads, they already had a tenant. They didn't want a free valuation, so that didn't work. So we had to change. We had to work out what they wanted. Getting the team on board wasn't as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. In my head, we'd start ringing the leads, we'd convert the leads, the till would start ringing, everything would be, really straightforward. I think the way we approached it to start off with probably wasn't right. And when we got our first tenancy takeover over the line, that was the light bulb moment. So we had this lady, we rang her from the funnel, she downloaded our guide, we went through the tenancy audit with her, and there was quite a few holes in her compliance, and she was actually local to us. So she came into the office, she brought all of the files in, and literally she had like files this big that she put on the desk, and one of the team spent about 2 hours going through everything with her. We solved all of her problems and then brought the property into management as well. And that was a real light bulb moment for us. It was probably about 3 weeks in after we started doing the ads. And it was like, wow, we've actually helped someone. Some of the pushback that we had to start off with from the team was that it was almost cold calling, let's say, because they were just ringing all these landlords who they never spoke to before. But the reality is it isn't cold calling, because they're landlords who have downloaded something from us and they've got a problem that we can solve. This landlord's files were in a mess, to be honest, and we really helped her. And once the team understood that, and actually that what we were doing is actually helping people, helping landlords, solving problems, then we got real buy-in. And then suddenly it just exploded, and we thought, you know what, we can do this, and we're actually helping people. We've done quite a lot of training, so we've trained with Agent Marketer and done some lead conversion courses, and we've got all the team involved in that, and that's really, really helped us really understand, every single avatar out there. We've just got this open mindset now of, you know what, we just need to create a service for every single problem that landlords have. So by creating funnels and running ads to them, it's really opened up our mind to all sorts of different services. We started running a landlord compliance guide funnel about 2 years ago now, and we started building up a big database from that. After about 9 months of running the compliance guide, we decided to put on a webinar, and we invited all of these leads to it, but the biggest amount of attendees actually came from our landlord compliance leads. And now we've actually done 5 webinars, and I think as you build up the traction, the more webinars you do, the more credibility you get from those leads. For example, on our 4th webinar, I had a call with someone afterwards, and the way the call went was basically, I've attended all 4 of your webinars and I'm now ready for you to take over my portfolio. So it's a really good way to build credibility. So conversions from webinars are actually the easiest conversions you can do for many of the funnels that we've actually ran before. If someone downloads a guide from you, then that might be their only interaction from you. If, however, you've nurtured them over a few months and then you've invited them to your webinar and then they've sat on a webinar, got real value from you, then it's a lot easier to convert them because you really built up that trust and that knowledge. Now that we do all of these ads and we've got all these different funnels in place, our business just looks completely different. We've really become that sort of local expert when it comes to landlords. Somebody said to me the other day that you're that agent that helps landlords, which is really nice to hear, to be honest. It's really, really easy to track our revenue because we've got all these little pipelines for every single avatar, for every single funnel that we've got running, and then every time we do a deal, we bring a landlord into fully managed, we can actually just put that revenue on that pipeline so we can see exactly, our cost per lead, how much return we've made on ad spend. So yeah, really, really easy to do. If you're there relying on new business to come via the phone from landlords who've got empty properties, the reality is 82% of them will not want a fully managed service. So you've got to think outside the box. And ads have really changed our life from this perspective because there are so many landlords out there that need your help. But you just need to create the services for them. Running ads to all these different landlords will change that. You can't just rely on landlords who've got an empty property.
The winner of the Agent Marketer of the Year is Cavendish Rentals.